Hello, everybody. I'm Fish Krakowski. This is Nathan Martin, and we are here to discuss episode 6 of The Mandalorian, The Prisoner.
The Prisoner.
And I'm kind of liking how they're all like heavy metal, like the child.
It does. It sounds like a total metal album.
There is an Iron Maiden song called The Prisoner. Anyway, I think we should break it down into sort of 3 sections. But let's just begin with like quick impressions.
Quick impressions?
Yeah. What did you think?
I really enjoyed this episode. I know I've pretty much been saying that this entire season. I was like, I really enjoyed this episode, but this one was. I had a lot of fun watching it. I was actually quite surprised that I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Sort of like seeing like this interesting backstory, and like clearly he knew Sons of Anarchy guy.
Right.
And I thought that was really neat bringing him in.
Yeah. No, I know. I like that too. Yeah.
And I love the way it ended. Which, when we get into the breakdown, I have some questions about.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, we always spoil this.
As always, right?
What
Yeah,
do you think?
well, I'm with you too. I mean, tonally, I would say that, well, something magical happened in that when there's a moment where Mando is just betrayed by his friends, and then Zero, the robot, is like figuring out the Carl Weathers message, right? And that moment was so tense. It was more tense than anything in the sequel movies. Like, I was really like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you know what isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But still, it's just like they really got me. Like, I haven't felt that freaked out, like, probably since some of the prequels. And I mean, realistically, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, great job as always. They're killing it. So why don't we kind of break it down into a couple sections? So,
Sure.
I mean, I think the obvious thing here in this episode is characters.
Yes.
Like, we're just flooded with people. I've been talking about how, like, the diversity of it is sort of, it feels like to me downtown Ottawa or something like that. This to me is Star Wars diversity at its best. It's crazy, like just everybody. You got one of those like devil guys.
Yeah.
You got like Twi'leks and all that. And actually I don't know if you noticed in the end credits, there was like one of those bum face guys in the picture. Anyway, he obviously didn't make it in, right? Like there's some budgetary constraints or something like that. But I mean, Mark Boone Jr. as Ranzar, I think he calls him Ron or something like that. He was pretty good. Like, he's sort of like, I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
And then Bill Barr was an amazing imperial racist.
Yes.
Right? He's
was no
fun of,
stormtrooper.
Yeah. But he's making fun of Gungans. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that idea of this, like, this and I love that stormtrooper line.
Yeah.
Hey! Yeah.
Like, he was like legit angry that he would even associate. It was like, that.
Yeah, and it makes you think about the world, right? It's just like, oh yeah, okay, well obviously not everybody's executed by the New Republic, so they just like go on and have lives.
And the female Twi'lek, who is what's her name? She's from Game of Thrones and Harry
she
Potter.
on Natalia Tina.
Yeah, I don't know if they gave her any direction or if they just said, you know what, just play, because she went.
Yeah,
she was a character.
Rick Famuyiwa, the director, I don't know that either, but she was, like when she's saying, like, have you ever seen The Mask? She's sort of stroking her thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, and she's just always kind of preening and stuff. At first I didn't like she goes up to the thing and with the knife, and it's
he doesn't flinch.
If you watch Rick and Morty, they made fun of heist episodes.
Okay.
And so this played into everything.
Oh,
the
no.
double cross, the double cross, and everything, and the like. And then Clancy Brown too as Berg. I thought he was great too.
Clancy playing Clancy. Basically.
Yeah.
You want a heavy? You get Clancy Brown.
Yeah. So and then sort of a nice little appearance by Matt Lanter, he does the voice of Anakin Skywalker. He's the, I think his name is, what is it? It's Tevin, and so he's the human pilot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the New Republic pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I don't know. I just all that together, everybody kind of brought something to the table, and I mean it was corny in
a little,
ways, right? Yeah, but.
Once they get on the ship, though, that's like as soon as they get on the ship, because like everyone knows this kind of story, they're going to double cross him. The whole thing is like looking like they're going to double cross him.
Yeah.
The whole setup of like feeling a little tense. Then they go to the center where the control room is. They see the guy and Mando doing, hey, no one has to die here. Everyone's got their guns pointed at everyone.
He's doing that horse whisperer thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your name?
They drop the kid, and he's hit the button, so they're even more intense. So now we're on a time limit. He gets betrayed, obviously, which you knew was coming. such intensity.
So we're basically overwhelmed and just kind of like,
Yeah.
whatever. But let's talk about the lore, like sort of and maybe you want to pick it up. We're seeing the New Republic closer than we have. So this is like 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Everybody's traumatized by robots from the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And what does the New Republic do?
It's got everything's automated by robots.
Yeah. So they've brought back the robots.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I've kind of started to be like, oh man, okay, I'm starting to see the First Order's point.
Yeah.
Because when we drop into The Force Awakens, I'm feeling like, what's their problem? Like, the First Order can do anything they want. They can like turn a planet into a gun. Like, why are they so whiny?
Yeah.
But it's sort of like I'm seeing, okay, like Han and Leia and Luke obviously lost control of the wheel.
Yeah.
Right? And so and the New Republic is doing things just like everybody else.
They're sort of following the same formula under the guise of, or maybe they truly do believe is like, well, we're doing it better because we're giving people like options and we're not enforcing these kind of things. But on the same breath, like with the little trigger, like what happens at the end, just because of that little homing beacon, they just open fire and obliterate the station. Like they take out the gunship because they know that they're like, oh, they've got a gunship. X-Wings just start shooting the crap out of that station. And it's like, well, I mean...
I feel like they left that a little ambiguous because everybody kind of runs away. But you're absolutely right. Like in the opening moments of the episode, you're seeing like all the crew. Like just, Mando's walking by and it's all these like crew, just sort of like Death Star crew.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like the 3 X-Wings, which by the way are I don't know if you caught that, but it's the 3 directors. It's
no way.
It's Dave Filoni, Deborah Chow, and Femi Yu.
I did not know that. That's really awesome.
I recognize Filoni, so again, just cameos everywhere. But anyway, like the X-Wings come in, they blow up the gunship, and the last shot of it, it's sort of like that shot with the Mandalorians in that town. Like you don't see them blow the thing up, but there is actually a title card at the end where they show the thing basically blowing up. Okay. Well, so you don't know, right? Like,
right.
Yeah,
they left it ambiguous.
I think it's slightly ambiguous, but it seems like they are the Iron Fist of the New Republic.
They kind of So their rules are. It's neat to sort of learn the new rules of how it's changed since they've toppled the Empire. What I found really interesting was in the previous episode, the gunslinger. Mando straight up shoots that kid when he's holding on to Yoda.
Yeah.
And this episode really made it look like he killed all 3 of those guys, and then you get the coda where all 3 of them are just on the prison ship.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but then he still sends the tracker with the male Twi'lek back to the thing, knowing that he's probably going to get shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was curious as to like, why didn't he kill the 3 guys?
I don't know. He's kind of capricious that way. Like because he seems to have a relationship with Xi'an.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't know how much he would really like the other 2. There's a great moment too. I don't know if you noticed, but Berg, that's Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
Right? He's lying on the bench and he's like rubbing because his horns have been cut off.
I didn't see that. I totally missed it.
Yeah, I got a real eye for the detail, but didn't miss the larger points often. But I like that we were led down that path.
Yeah.
And I sort of like when it switches. It's like, okay, Mando's in control, and now they're Goranson's beautiful, scary music.
Really good.
Incredible this episode, but they're playing that scary music because all of a sudden you feel sorry for the guys,
the crew that's all
crossed him because they're toast. And
Yeah.
it makes it look like he's killing them. And I remember watching it and feeling like, I'm okay that we're not seeing them being murdered.
Yeah.
That's fine, but I like the feeling that brought me back to the first few episodes of the thing, that he's taking them out and killing them.
Yeah.
We don't need to see it. But then when I saw them alive again, I'm like, you know what? That's fine too.
Yeah.
And it started to me, this is sort of like a fusion of the 2 Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Because there's this sort of like dark incel version where he doesn't take anything from anyone.
Yeah.
And he just stabs everybody. And then the other one where it's like he's, like rescuing a village and he's being really kind and stuff. And I think that that's good.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of it's kind of the light in the dark.
Kind of, yeah.
Right?
Like that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Some good humor, obviously, in this episode, which I really liked. Obviously, we can't go one episode without talking about Baby Yoda, who was playing a little hide and seek with the droid. But when Baby Yoda closes his eyes, it does a thing, and then Mando, of course, he'll kill a droid. He's got no problem killing droids. And the look of it, he's like, oh! I'm like, I know it's a cheesy thing to do, but it totally hit me, and I was like, And then the final line of the episode, he's like, "Yeah, you're right. This probably wasn't the best idea." And then he takes
yeah.
the little knob off and gives it to the kid. I thought, like, oh man, that was so cute.
Yeah, and that was sort of the last thing I wanted to talk about is just sort of the relationship between Mando and Yoga, as I call him,
Yeah.
or the child, or Baby Yoda, as everyone's calling him. I mean, this was the moment when he hands him the ball. To me, that's like, and sort of like says what you just said. He said, like that's the moment where it's just like, okay, we're a team.
Yeah.
We're really a team now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's
We're starting to communicate in a proper way, even though he doesn't.
yeah.
The child doesn't really say anything.
Yeah. So
But-
anyway, loving it.
This was, I think, my favorite. And the next episode is the second episode to be directed by. She directed the
Deborah Chow.
Deborah Chow.
Yeah,
She directed the fourth one
Yeah, was that
with all the action.
Right. I can't remember which one that was, but and she's also set to direct the Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I think we liked that episode a lot, and I don't know, things are looking good.
Yeah.
Also, notably, the show is Wednesday this week.
Yes.
They're showing the episode early, which I
Is
don't.
it the final episode or
no,
one?
second. There's
Second last,
two
yeah.
left, and so the one on Wednesday they're showing. You feel like that there is therefore something that is connected to the rise of Skywalker, or I don't know why exactly, but I mean what's been lovely about this is just like I haven't felt the need to go and watch the other 10 movies.
Yeah.
This has been enough. I can remember the other films. I'm going to go into Rise of Skywalker, where they're Disney's pushing like this is it, but it's just like this isn't it. Like there's just the well has been broken, and we're getting all kinds of good stuff from all over the place now. So
yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's Wednesday before. I mean, there could be a nod, maybe to something. Maybe we get more of like the Werner Herzog character, kind of like ooh.
Oh yeah, there's one more little Easter egg too. Like it was interesting when they're panning over the prisoners.
Yes.
Like, there's that forearm guy, like one of those kind of guys. But also there was some Imperial-looking guy in one of the, and he's sort of stern and look, and he's got like a gray suit, and he has like a little
Imperial.
It's kind of like an Imperial patch, but it's different.
Okay.
And the First Order people, they wear silver here.
Yeah.
Like 2 bands of silver, and the Imperials have a little patch. So I felt like it was a hybrid. So I thought, well, maybe
interesting. I missed that.
Maybe this guy is just like the beginning of the First Order or whatever. This is like incredibly deep geek stuff. But if you're watching this, I'd assume you're buying the ticket.
Probably,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm excited for Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll decide later. But I think we're gonna have to do the next episode of this early. You know what I mean, instead of next Monday. So
either
we'll see
Wednesday
you
or
then.
Thursday. Yeah. See you guys.
Okay. Cheers. Thanks.